Okay, family, so today I wanted to do a video that is slightly different. We're not going to be talking about a specific condition today. We're not going to be really focused on like naturopathic specifics or lifestyle medicine or herbal medicine specifics. Today is like a no script brain dump, and it's actually going to be a topic that is important to keep in mind for every disease. This is going to be mostly geared towards spirit-led healing, and this is not a religious video, but it's more so going to be about how spirituality actually connects with our health. And I just want to say, so whenever I take on a client, my usual course of action is to collect data, do research on the patient's complaint or condition, create a plan, and then measure the progress. But lately, I have been trying to think of other ways to help patients reach their optimal healing, which I think is going to involve honing in on the internal. I have found out that it doesn't matter how perfect you think your plan or your treatment protocol is. Oh, it's so fire. It worked very well for others. Well, that doesn't mean it's going to work for other people, especially people who have issues that are deeper than the biophysical. And I am no mental health therapist or a priest, but I am finding out that many of the diseases that we are battling with have a root in mental or spiritual dysfunction. And I'm actually going to be diving deeper into this also for a specific condition next week. So make sure you subscribe from now so you don't miss out on that update. But just want to reiterate, this video is not to push anyone to believe a certain way in regards to spirituality or religion, but I do think that everyone should take the time at least to explore their mind, body, and spirit and how interconnected they are. Because I'd say it's very difficult to find long-term healing without doing so. And not to be anti-West, but I personally feel that Western medicine has, I'd say, kind of clouded our judgment when it comes to our internal healing compass. Like, we go to the doctor, tell them our problems, and then they make a scientific or educated guess, and then they give us a medication to trial that may have worked for other individuals with similar symptoms, and we just kind of keep that cycle going until the next issue arises. And I apologize for being a part of that circus, but in Western healthcare, the main focus is to treat a symptom, not really go deep into the psyche or the spiritual imbalances that may be going on. And rightfully so, because the providers are swamped. They are being slammed with patients to get their claims approved through insurances, and they don't have time to care about your feelings or your issues. But treating the symptoms obviously leads to more symptoms, and then more problems, and then eventually lower quality of life for the patient. And that's not right, y'all. That's why I personally feel so conflicted when I'm delivering care in the Western system. And even so, like, as a naturopathic advocate in healthcare and lifestyle medicine, being a lifestyle medicine nurse practitioner, I can give the herbal regimens, I can give the supplement prescriptions and all that, but that still may not allow for the breakthrough that an individual needs to hone in on the mental and spiritual aspects. And I'm not talking about providers doing this for the patient. I'm talking about the patients or the clients doing it for themselves, because most providers are not going to do it, And I mean, if they're not doing it for themselves, why would they do it for you? So it's not going to be something they understand upright because they're not connected to it. And I would say it's hard, but I do think it's very necessary. I myself took a few personal weeks off of my business and my part-time job to figure out how to help clients uncover this, and not for me to just focus on what I can give them for their quick solutions, because I hate to say it, but most individuals will still seek a naturopath or a lifestyle medicine provider or a more natural holistic provider in general for quick solutions, but this time just using natural remedies. That's not right. That's not going to fix it, because when the herbs stop working, or the supplements don't give you the results you need, then what? What's going to help you? You're back at square one. So we have to kind of figure out how to break through the barriers that have been, I would say, holding up our progress. And I feel like the best answer is spirit-led healing. I think my role in spirit-led healing for clients is to, keep giving you guys that full, thorough naturopathic or lifestyle related plan with nutrition, herbs, and supplements, but also help you gain an understanding of your own trauma and your spiritual and mental toxicity so we can crowd out the noise and actually listen to our internal or our spirit. Like, for instance, fibroids. When we think of fibroids, you're probably thinking about, it's abnormal tissue growth caused possibly by a hormonal imbalance. I typically think of it like a toxin accumulation in a certain part of the body, but maybe we should start thinking about it a little bit differently. We should probably be thinking that, the fact that women, especially Black and brown women, hold a lot of trauma in our pelvic areas, and rather it be history of sexual abuse, a mismatch of sexual energy with our long-term partner, or even things that have happened to our elders that we are holding on to, because we do tend to hold on to our genetic based traumas. It expresses through us, if you don't know that already. But all those things can be considered toxic energy that gets trapped in our body, and it becomes a toxic accumulation of that energy. And that may be what's causing the inflammation and the tissue growth itself. But there is no textbook that's going to teach us that, especially in nursing or medical school. And honestly, you're not going to realize that until you do the work yourself. And I know it may seem like that's a mental health talk or dysfunction, but it's actually deeper than that. But anyways, what do you all think about the connection of mind and spirit to disease? We talk about body all the time, but let's talk about that. Do you believe that that is an occurrence that happens? And if so, I would like to invite a brave soul or just an open spirit to kind of share your personal story if you have dealt with something, or you have a friend that has dealt with something, or even a family member that has dealt with something that seemed to be a biophysical or a body related issue, but it may have just been spiritual in nature. I'll also share my own personal experience too, because I think that there is a lot of healing that can happen in sharing our experiences and our stories. And I'll share that in the comments below. So this was a bit deeper than I would typically go with my videos, but I do think it's important. Like, we have to kind of connect ourselves, and we're not just a mind, we're not just a body, we're not just a mind and a body, but we're also a spirit, and we have to break through the layers to get to that internal spirit. But I hope you guys enjoyed this short talk, and I do hope to kind of do more videos like this, because this is my interest. Like, naturally, I was brought up in a spiritual or religious household, and I kind of found myself lost along the way as I grew up and kind of veered on my own path. And now I see myself going back to my spiritual roots to kind of gain more understanding of life in general. So it's a beautiful and terrifying experience, to say the least, but I do think that it's worth it. I think it's worth exploring for everyone. So definitely don't let it be an opportunity of fear that holds you back and keeps you from getting to that specific point. Use it as like a catapult or like a springboard to kind of go deeper into your internal and your own optimal healing. Because like I said before, I don't even think I said this before, but I'm going to say it now. I don't think you can truly heal until you tune in. I'm sorry, my microphone. Until you literally tune in into your spirit. So please keep that in mind when you are visiting your doctor, consulting with me. Like, we can't fix it if you can't fix it, you know? And I'm not saying it as in the physical condition. I'm talking about the spiritual manifestations or the spiritual conflict. So long story short, get yourself together. We all in this together, like we all in our own personal journeys. So we all gonna figure it out. But before you can figure it out, you have to dig a little bit deeper. Pray for guidance if that's what you do, but at least just follow the internal more than the external, because the internal, believe it or not, has all the answers. Be gentle. Peace.